Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to Bolantoy TV, and it's been a while, but I'm gonna be giving you a fresh and a new episode of our reaction video. But it's gonna be a different one because it's not gonna be pertaining to Barda, Barbie, David Licauco, Marian Rivera, or anyone in between, but with our local rising superstar, which is Elias. This entertainer from North Cotabato. He was recently featured at KMGS, Kapuso Mo Jessica Soho. But apparently, of course, we cannot please everybody, but there are just a few people right there who actually I think that we all deserve to be entertained. We all deserve to be recognized for our effort because, the world is so cruel already. And I'm actually doing this reaction video because I also deserves to be ipaglaban. He's not perfect, no one is, but I'd like to believe that he's one of those entertainers who are genuine, authentic, and real to his roots. So guys, basahin niyo to. So guys, this was the post from Facebook na nabasa ko kanina lang, and I was taken aback actually, and then I just wanted to make a reply or reaction to this because honestly, maraming pag-uusapan dito ng mga bagay-bagay. Sabi niya, every time daw na nakikita niya sumasayaw si Elias, off daw. And then, what confused me even more was how some of the same people who harshly judged the mother for wearing an inappropriate dress at her daughter's graduation were the very ones cheering Elias on. The double standards are hard to ignore. First, hindi kasalanan ni Elias na marami yung mga babae ang pumupunta or na nanonood ng kanyang mga concert or mga gigs. Kasi hindi naman niya kontrolado yung decision making ng mga nanay na yan, and that's beyond our control. All right? That's parental behavior. It's them. It's not us, and it's not ours. It's not even Elias' problem, but it's the problem of those who are actually attending his gigs. If you think that he is actually influencing or insinuating this kind of idea from these parents, or especially from these mothers, this is wrong. Second, lately, what really struck a nerve was one of his statements during a performance. Ayaw ko, bata pa kayo ko, yada yada. I know it's part of his act, his way of entertaining, but that line deeply unsettled me. Okay, since this post was your idea, was your own interpretation of his statement na katulang nga ayaw kol, bata pa kayo kol, kana nga line, well, this is also my point. This is also my reaction to your reaction. Bro, I don't know if you have seen or if you have watched videos in a Blackjack or Andrew E before na meron sila mga kanta very explicit yung mga lines. Right? He's got a lot of songs that are very explicit, but what happened? He was put to stardom, and he's regarded as one of the best or biggest rap artists of our time. And then, I don't know, if you are a Bisaya, I don't know kung nakadungog ka na ba sa mga kanta, like if you have heard a lot of songs from Visayan artists and bands, like Nganong give fingers na lang, wa na'y kutsara. That kind of song. It was also unsettling in my part that you took this part and then you wrote a narrative against him. Padre, there are people out there who are truly suffering. People have been violated. People are begging to be heard, yet remain silent. To use the words that echo their pain as a punchline is not a joke. Gone too far. It's deeply insensitive. That's not comedy. That's disregard. Okay, well, you have a point in there. Actually, if there are social issues that need to be addressed, especially issues that have been considered as joke in the society, then we stand up to them because that's the right thing to do. Actually, in that part, hindi naman experience mo yan eh. Yes, I know you are voicing out those who are voiceless, those who cannot even express themselves because maybe lack of access to internet or they don't really know how to express themselves. But just I just would like to remind you as well that again, this is not Elias' problem. Okay, so to speak, because in the first place, he's there to entertain people. He is there to make his music known. He is there to make his talent known. And is not his obligation to actually compel or force people to come into his concert or gigs when in fact, yung ginagawa niya is a problem with some of the few. Yung mga may problema sa kanya, they shouldn't be there. And I guess most of the people na pumupunta sa kanyang concert or gigs are people who actually would like to stay away from a lot of problems in life. And I don't think that people are bobo enough not to understand ano yung klase ng pagpapatawa or entertainment niya. The world is cruel already, and people would just love to take a step away from these problems. And if Elias is one that could lift their problems out, then we should be happy, right? Why are we making this narrative in the sense that you said that you are not attacking him, you said that you recognize his efforts, but his effort, his gig is actually bread and butter. It's not stepping on anybody. Wala siyang tinatapakan legal, ethical, moral yung ginagawa niya. It's just that if you go to a comedy bar, you know for a fact that some of the jokes, most of the jokes actually, are below the line. But people go there because they are entertained. Not because they have forgotten their moral values, but because going to comedy bars somehow give them ease from their problems. Nakakalungkot lang that if you are that you don't objectify or just for now to really to write a narrative about Elias in a negative way. I think you haven't seen all his videos. I think you haven't seen his story. I think you haven't realized the humble beginnings that he has. I think you're only contextualizing this part para magkaroon ka ng narrative, para magkaroon ka ng opinion. I agree to some points ng narrative mo, but I disagree to some of the few major parts that need to be discussed in the open. Again, this is not Elias' problem why there are a lot of women or a lot of people na nakikitaan siya ng potential or masaya sa kanyang entertainment because they see people would decide on their own, not you. And Elias should be separated from our own self-centered narrative because to each his own. Guys, what do you think about this? Comment down. Bye.
Well, that's practice making me